Hello everyone, I'm Becky. Welcome back to the Painted Stone Cottage. Today's topic is, what does a homesteader look like? Well, I'm a homesteader. I have my own style, that's for sure. It usually, or most of my life has leaned towards boho French country chic. So yeah, I definitely have my own style. And what started this conversation was a lady at a salon when I was getting my nails done last month before my vacation to Kentucky. And she asked me what I did for a living. And I said, well, I have a homestead, and my home is a B&B, plus I have an online gift store. And she looked at me like I was crazy. I was a little thrown off. I was like, why? Don't I look like a homesteader? She said, no, not at all. She said, I can't believe that you're a homesteader. I was like, well, why is that? She said, well, because homesteaders usually can't afford to get their nails done. Well, you know, and I was like, wow. I was like, well, I still earn a living. And why can't I get my nails done so that so I don't have grime from my gardening under my nails when I go someplace. I do have to get the gel coat done because I beat my hands up, but I was just a little taken back. Apparently, I do not dress like a homesteader, and getting my nails done is taboo because I'm a homesteader. It's just not true. There's a lot of misconceptions about what a modern day homesteader looks like. Well, none of us fit into one individual box. We all have our own things. We all dress our own way and do our own things. I mean, I go to the salon and get my hair cut. I get my hair dyed because I'm not ready to be silver. I'm only 48. I feel like I do not have to look old if I don't have to. I drink Starbucks every day. That's my lifeline right there. I read modern magazines. I read up on homesteading. I get magazines for French country decoration, just all kinds of stuff. I buy clothes yearly. My biggest addiction right here, boots. I love boots. And every year I buy myself a new pair of boots so I stay in style. Because you know what? My whole life isn't just being a homesteader. I like to go out and do things, and I see people, and when I'm in the public, I want to look good. I'm not trying to run around in bib-overalls, with a piece of straw hanging out of my mouth. That's just not what a homesteader looks like most generally. Maybe there are some out there. It's just not me. I do like to garden and grow my own food, and I like to can my own food. I love to preserve things and make my own jams and jellies and stuff like that. But I can also throw together a rockin' dinner party with excellent wine and hors d'oeuvres. So the misconceptions is don't assume that just because we're homesteaders that we live under a rock and our homes are all shacks. I have a beautiful home. I have nice modern furniture. I have modern appliances. I don't cook on a wood stove. A homesteader is what that person wants their homestead life to be. And homesteading to me is being able to grow heirloom organic vegetables and fruits and can my own food and stuff like that. It has nothing to do with, wanting to go out and split logs to build my own cabin. That's not me. More power to the homesteaders out there that have done that and choose that life, but I like electricity. I love my air conditioning. I'm a 48-year-old woman with hot flashes, so take away my air conditioning, we got an issue. You know, I'm always looking up new modern recipes and stuff like that. I am not the typical homesteader, but who is nowadays? This is not the 1900s. This is not the Great Depression. We may be going into a new depression, it seems. Times are getting weird and hard out here in America, but this is not, you know, the early 1900s. And I don't feel like we all have to live that way if that's not our comfort zone. It's not mine. I'm a Pretty Little Liars addict. I just watched all 7 seasons for probably the 10th time. I love Harry Potter. I love the Lord of the Rings trilogy and The Hobbit. You know, I watch all kinds of things. None of us fit into a specific box. And it's not fair that people expect us to. You know, homesteading is what we make it. And this is how I homestead. You know, I don't care if you judge me about it. You know, I get laughed at a lot by friends and stuff like that because I can, and everybody thinks it's ridiculous. You know, well, why are you spending all that time growing your own vegetables and canning? Well, because have you tasted the crap in the stores? It's horrible. That's not fruits and vegetables. I did not grow up on that crap, and I don't want it in my body. So you go right ahead and eat your weird, bland grocery food, mass-produced, yucky vegetables and stuff, and I'll eat what I'm growing in my garden and enjoy it much more, I guarantee. I know what's in my food. So, you know, let our friends laugh, but come Christmas dinner, when I open up that can of green beans, it's green beans that I canned fresh out of my garden, and they're delicious. You know, those sweet potatoes that you're going to eat come from my garden. You know, not the grocery store, where who knows what's been done to it, who knows who's licked it or touched it. Nowadays, everybody seems to be going around the grocery stores licking everything. So that's the times that we live in, and why we choose not to live that way. So that's just my little rant. You know, it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit that this woman apparently thought it was a joke that I was a homesteader. But you know what? That's all right, because I still went on my vacation with my beautiful pink nails and had the time of my life and went shopping for new clothes, and I ate out at Cracker Barrel. Of course, let me tell you, now the food I ate while I was in Kentucky on my vacation with my boys, I came home and it took me a week to feel normal again, because my stomach is not used to fast food, and you know, it made me feel sick. You know, just my body isn't used to all those chemicals and processed stuff. So I paid for my vacation, but I still had the time of my life. This little homesteader girl had a nice vacation. I stayed in a beautiful suite with a king-size bed, and took lots of photos and traveled and explored and shopped to my little heart's content. So that's what this homesteader is, you know. So try not to judge people too harshly. You know, it doesn't matter what people think of us, and don't judge yourself harshly. You know, as long as you're happy, that's all that really matters in this life. You know, we get one shot at it, one shot. So make the best of it and be happy no matter what anyone thinks of you. If you want to be a homesteader and go out there and log your own cabin, go for it. You know, if you want to eat food from the grocery store, go for it. Actually, I had a girl come spend a weekend here that did not want to eat my food because it scared her that I grew it myself and it didn't come from the grocery store. I was like, wow, girl. I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Anything you eat at my house is going to be healthier than anything you get in a store. But to each their own, you know, that's how she was raised. So anyhow, that's my rant, and I hope everybody has a lovely day. Always be growing. I love you, and God bless.